Big little group ride. Big group ride. Having some fun. Talking to each other on our cardos. Link in the description for 10% off, at least. Oh, not paying attention. Got a nice little cig in his mouth. A little newbie mistake. Hopefully he's doing fine. Hopefully the bike is doing fine. All right, so right here, speedo's 10 off. Okay. Oh, backing up in the rain. Very scary. Slow down. Ooh. Waited to the last second to apply the brakes fully. So.
No, you didn't.
You get angry because he caused all this to go to the next driveway. Okay, well, it is what it is. The main thing here is that we can see it. Oh, it's actually kind of hard to see it. We're going over the crest of the hill. Can't see much over the crest of the hill. You notice how that's always a problem? Can't see, line of sight, right? We have a line of sight issue with the crest of the hill. Okay, so be aware. Oh, there's somebody backing out side of the vehicle, but they're going in reverse. Okay. Scary thing here is that since it's the crest of the hill, we're on the other side of the crest of the hill. We're going downhill now, and it's raining, and that road looks a little smooth. That's going to be a little scary, especially if you're a new rider. It's like, oh, I can't stop. No, you can start applying progressive brake pressure. Just a little bit and a little bit and a little bit, and then more and more and more and more and more. Your tires should be pretty good if you have maintained your tires and they have tread. This is why it's very important to check the tread on your tires and to maintain your tires and have the appropriate PSI when you're actually riding. So check it before you ride, okay? And I talk all about this in the new book, okay? So it's available for pre-order right now, 90-something pages. It gets you from absolutely nothing to going to a parking lot, first time on the road, and then actually practicing for your motorcycle license test. So check it out. You get a whole bunch of extras. Everything's on the product page. Link in the description. And there's a Black Friday sale for 20% off until Cyber Monday.
Whoa.
So we come up to here.
No.
He's applying the brakes, but he's still like hoping. He's still hoping that they're going to get out of the way so we don't slow down as much, right? We're trying to like make it efficient. Don't worry about efficiency. We're on a motorcycle. There's nothing really other than gas mileage that's efficient. Going really fast is a lot of fun. That's not necessarily always efficient, but it's fun. And you could do that. So here, we should slow down and just kind of stop, and then we can go. Or, since we can't see very much here, but we can assume, because I'm sure we're seeing it coming up, there's nobody there. We just go a little swerve around him.
The whole road, dude. Jesus
We
Christ.
barely stopped right here, and that's what makes him do the, Jesus, makes him have that emotional reaction of like, I almost hit you. It's like, well, you could have slowed down and ball back. Could have done that. Yeah, look at that. All right.
Off his car.
Having some fun riding around. Oh, what do we got here?
All over the road.
All over the road.
Pray for that. Look.
Oh, geez. Took out a tree.
Oh
Took out something else. Get back on the road. There you go. Good job. All right. So my big concern here as the motorcycle rider is to stay away. So ensure your own safety first, right? To ensure your own safety. Remain calm, ensure your own safety. That's my big concern. Now, I'm going to check on the person. Because we could just all assume, what a dumb driver. They were on their phone, not paying attention. Ha, ha, ha. Look at you. You deserve that. Or, let's give the benefit of the doubt. Or, hey, are they having a medical emergency that would cause them to have this crash? Like, are they having a diabetic episode? Are they having a heart attack? Let's double check. Because there's been many times on a car crash, a motor vehicle accident, where it's like, holy crap, this person they just crashed into a pole. It's so random, weird. And we get there thinking it's going to be a trauma incident only. And it's like, okay, now we have like broken bones and all this other stuff. It's like, hey, that's what our mind's on. We always had to tell ourselves, what caused the crash? Was it a medical emergency that now caused a traumatic emergency? Medical is like the internals and the heart and the lungs and all that other stuff. Traumatic is like breaking things. Okay, so was it a medical emergency that caused the traumatic emergency? And then we can rule out the medical and just, okay, cool, we're focused on the traumatic. But if it was a medical heart attack, for instance, or a diabetic episode, and we're only focused on the traumatic, we're not solving all the problems. We have to solve everything. So when I see something like this, I'm like, benefit of the doubt, could it have been a medical emergency that caused this emergency? So let's double check. All right, doing some wheelies in traffic with an intersection coming out. They're gonna come out in front of you. Good job landing it in time and then moving over, but you should have known better. All right, here we go, riding in the rain.
Weather conditions cause this rider
Crazy weather conditions. It might be getting cold. It might actually start getting a little cold, so be careful with that on the turns and everything. Your hand movements are gonna be stiff. So we have a turn, very easy turn, but lots of rain coming. Oh, turn went a little sharper. Might have had to slow it down a little bit. Oh, good job. Sharp turn to the right. Get ready. Get ready. Good job. Slowing it down. Rolled off the throttle just a little bit. Oh, we hit something. There's something slippery in the road. Let's take a look. Let's see. His right hand. Nope. Didn't slam the brakes. Did nothing on the brakes. He was maintaining a good speed, but there could have been some oil in the road. Damn, that sucks. That sucks. You couldn't even anticipate it because the guy ahead didn't crash. Why would I crash? It's like, damn, I hit the oil. Maybe he didn't hit the oil, or maybe he lost a little traction, gained it right back, but I lost all my traction. Damn. That's why we wear personal protective equipment. All right, here we go. Oh, having some fun. They're gonna get some nice photo shoots on that turn. I'm gonna go ahead and race around the tail of the dragon. What's gonna be around this corner? I don't know. A little bit sharper this time. Oh, I didn't make it, and I'm off the road. You have to modulate your speed. Okay, so all these turns that he did, perfectly fine. You see how it's like, oh, I can go this turn, this turn, this turn, this speed, this speed, this speed, and then all of a sudden, when it gets to be a sharper turn, we crash because we were going the same speed on all these turns. You know what they call that? Complacency. Being complacent in the fact that nothing has happened, so I can keep doing what I always do, and nothing will happen. That's complacency. When in reality, when we're out riding or driving or doing anything in our life, is just because we accomplished one thing does not mean that's going to trend for the future. That's not going to be the same thing for the future. Every new thing we do needs to have our full focus. Of course, we're going to get better at it, but every single thing should still have our full focus and utilize the experience that we have in the past. Because right here, it's like, this is easy. This is easy. Yeah, everything's easy. I can just keep doing this. Oh, this turn was a little bit sharper. That was easy. But now we have this turn right here. I'm just going to keep doing this. It's going to be easy again. No. It's a new turn. It's a little sharper. Adjust your speed. Because now we crashed. All right, here we go. Riding through town. We have the side of the vehicle. They stopped.
Stupid dumb.
They stopped. Good job, though, recognizing it. You see how he slowed down a little bit? You should be able to, like, when you get to this point, oh, I got to accelerate out, though. Okay? Slowing down isn't the only emergency maneuver. All right, riding through here. Oh, we got this. Same thing. Emergency maneuver. Accelerate out if you need to. Oh, we're going fast here on the road. Are we going to get speed wobbles? It looks like we're starting to. Looks like we're starting to. A little bit of the speed wobbles. We're in California. I hate the little grooves they have on their highways. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. Yep. Weeby. Lebanon. All right, here we go. Don't like this spot. We're getting boxed in. Stupid driver. Roll off the throttle, apply the brakes, let them in. You fall back, basically. Just let the idiot in. Don't fight for it. Now all he has to do is move over a little bit. Boom, you get knocked over. Just get out of there. Don't get too close. Space cushion, space cushion, space cushion.
It looks
All
as
right,
if the
having some fun on a dirt road.
was preoccupied with something else entirely, but eventually
We're gonna have a deer.
the rider.
Nope, we have a car. Get off the middle of the part of the road. Good job, he swerved. We have a nice little intersection here. We're gonna creep in. We're just gonna creep in a little bit. Just want to creep in. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and accelerate. Oh, I'm gonna creep in too, buddy. It's like, all right, let him in. All right, you're an idiot. Go ahead and have it. Probably has to take a dump and has to get home real quick. All right, here we go. Gonna do this.
The rider was too focused on the manual,
Intersection's coming up.
so he completely missed the car brake.
Okay, nothing in the intersection, so we're good. Oh, stop. They're stopped. Just because they're looking at that person. Oh, now we have 2 people crashed. Or 2 people injured. 2 people. That's why it's very important. Like, I want to point out this. Okay, imagine that person on the ground is a motorcycle rider that crashed, right? And there's a car, or not the car, but you're the car stopping to help, right? Okay, we're there, right? Your buddy just crashed. He's on the ground. You're the car, a motorcycle, stop to help. This motorcycle rider is a car. So you stop to help your buddy that crashed. You're in the roadway. This person right here on a motorcycle is not paying attention. This person in pretend they're a car is not paying attention. Boom, hits you. Hits you. That's why you insure your own safety. Your buddy crashed. He's injured. I got to help him. Remain calm, insure my own safety, get out of the roadway to help that person. Always pay attention to other cars because they might not be paying attention and run into us. Okay? We're there, right? Because if you get hit after your buddy crashed, who's helping your buddy and who's going to help you? This motorcycle rider is a lot like car drivers, just not paying attention. All right, here we go, having some fun. Oh, Sean in Atlanta. Dun, dun. All right, we're gonna have a crash in the corner. Kind of a little close there. That's why I don't like outside, inside, outside. Right there. That's the exact reason. Everyone talks crap. Everyone talks crap. Dan the fireman, why do you always say middle when you go through the corners? Because that's not the best way to do things. Middle is stupid because you have all the oil and outside, inside out. Shut up. My focus for any time I ride is to stay away from people. I don't like people. I don't. As much as, I like you guys though. Yeah. I like you guys in class. I provide you guys pizzas every live stream. I like you guys. Okay? Just everyone else. I don't like people. I don't want to be around any road surface hazards. I don't want to be around cars. I don't want to be around anybody. So I make sure I have my own little safety bubble, which is called a space cushion, around me. And so if I'm in the middle of my lane, I have a space cushion to my left. I have a space cushion to my right. That's how I like to do it. And this way, if there's a car coming over a little bit on the line, I have the little space cushion. If there's, for some reason, a little piece of debris over on the right side, I have a little space cushion. If there's something in my path of travel, I can move over and have a space cushion. I can move over and have a space cushion. I want to stay away from things that will cause me to crash. So with the outside, inside, outside maneuver, guess what happens when you're on the inside? You are next to people coming over and making it to where it's dangerous. That's why I do middle. It's up to you if you want to do it. I'm giving you a reason why. All I hear from others is like outside, inside, outside is the best because I heard about it and that's what MotoGP people do. Well, they don't have cars coming at them.